5 new bikes. 0 mechanical evolution. Yet they might just be a smart move. Suzuki has just unveiled the so-called Hamamatsu Edition, and the name itself is loaded with meaning. Hamamatsu, the birthplace of Suzuki, the brand's historical cradle since 1909. The message is clear. Tradition, pride, made in Japan, and a bit of corporate perfume, of course. The lineup includes 5 models: V-Strom 1050 Tech, V-Strom 1050 DE, GSX S1000 GT, GSX S1000 GX, and GSX S1000. The idea? Take well-known bikes, dress them up with official accessories, slap on the Hamamatsu badge with Mount Fuji, and sell you the feeling of a special edition. Important, we're not looking at a new generation. There's no new engine, no new chassis, no brand new electronics created for this edition. What we have is a closed package of equipment and exclusive details. And here we must be fair. It would be easy to make the cheap joke of, Suzuki charges you for a sticker and a top case. But that wouldn't be entirely true. The V-Strom Hamamatsu adds side cases, top case, crash bars, heated grips, and auxiliary lights. The GSX S1000 GT adds side cases, a Krapovich exhaust, heated grips, bar ends, levers, embroidered seat, and tank pad. The GSX S1000 GX adds cases, a Krapovich, grips, premium seat, smoked screen, and protectors. And the GSX S1000 Naked goes for aesthetic upgrades with a Krapovich, black screen, tail tidy, embroidered seat, and protectors. Now comes the uncomfortable part. Because the press release suggests some kind of special offensive, almost a counterattack, as if Suzuki went into the lab with pent-up rage. But no, this is not a revolution. It's a fairly transparent end-of-cycle commercial strategy. And mind you, that doesn't mean it's stupid. It just means it should be called what it is. Suzuki isn't reinventing these bikes. It's packaging what it already has better. And that changes the conversation quite a bit. Because the real debate isn't whether the Hamamatsu Edition brings a lot of stuff. It does. The real debate is this: does it justify the epic narrative? Or are we witnessing an elegant way to stretch very profitable platforms while the brand decides where to really invest its money? And here's another key correction. Saying these Suzukis are dinosaurs without technology would be blowing smoke the other way around, because the V-Strom 1050 already comes with an IMU and a serious electronic package. And the GSX S1000 GX is, in fact, one of the most electronically loaded Suzukis the brand has made. IMU, semi-active suspension, smart cruise control, quick shifter, advanced braking and acceleration management. So the problem isn't that the base is bare. The problem is that the special edition doesn't push that base further. And then there's the engine, the part where Suzuki keeps playing its best card. In the V-Stroms, the 1037 centimeter 90-degree V-twin. A veteran recipe, yes, but also refined and well-proven, with Euro 5+ compliance and a mechanical personality that Suzuki still knows how to sell very well. And in the GSX-S, the famous 999 centimeters inline 4, the K5 legacy always comes up in conversation, sometimes deservedly, sometimes lazily. Because yes, the bloodline comes from that GSX-R school, but Suzuki has also been reworking it for the street: ride-by-wire, new electronic management, quick shifter, traction control, Euro 5 compliance. Not a new engine, but not a fossil in formaldehyde either. Now let's step down from marketing to the dealership floor, because this is where this move starts to make sense, or loses it, depending on the price. And here we have to be honest. I couldn't reliably confirm the exact price premium of each Hamamatsu Edition on the Suzuki Spain website because the full specs failed to load from the tool. But I was able to cross-check the announced equipment, and several official accessory prices do appear separately. V-Strom heated grips, between 342 and 390 euros, depending on the model. Top case, between 380 and 399 euros. V-Strom side cases, 905.87 euros. GSX S1000 GT side cases, 754 euros. And that's before adding installation and, in some cases, supports or complementary parts. So, no, We're not talking about 4 trinkets from the bazaar. There's real money on the table here. And that's why the Hamamatsu Edition can make sense for a very specific buyer. The one who doesn't want to spend 6 months configuring. The one who doesn't want to wrestle with aftermarket accessories. The one who doesn't want to buy a bike and immediately start a to-do list. Cases, grips, exhaust, protectors, seat, screen. That customer exists, and Suzuki knows them perfectly. However, that doesn't erase the other half of the problem. The market has changed, and very quickly. Today you have Chinese brands that don't always surpass Japan in overall refinement, but they do pack a lot of equipment for every euro. Vogue, for example, offers in Spain a 900 DSX with blind spot radar, cruise control, TPMS, quick shifter, and more electronics for 9,192 euros. Even their SR4 radar includes blind spot detection and collision alert for less than 6,000 euros. And whether purists like it or not, that shifts the board. But here's the important nuance. More gadgets doesn't automatically mean a better bike, or better calibration, or better spares, or better aging. Suzuki is betting on something else. Known reliability, predictable maintenance, an almost old-school feeling in the best sense. You get on, it starts, it works, and it works again tomorrow, and the day after, and in 100,000 kilometers. It's a less sexy proposition, yes, but far less theatrical than much of the market. That's why this Hamamatsu Edition doesn't seem like an insult to intelligence to me. But neither is it a stroke of genius. It seems something colder, more Japanese, and more calculated. A veteran brand leveraging amortized platforms, a very strong historical identity, and an accessory catalog to remain profitable without promising a revolution that isn't ready. So my verdict is this. If you already wanted a V-Strom 1050, a GT, a GX, or a GSX S1000, and you were thinking of fitting half the official catalog, the Hamamatsu Edition might be a sensible purchase. Not exciting, sensible. But if you were expecting a sign that Suzuki has decided to fight the tech war head-on, this is not that sign. This is not a new phase. It's an intelligent management of the present, or an elegant way to buy time. And now comes the real question, the one that truly separates the practical rider from the showroom addict. What do you prefer? A bike with a proven base, less fuss, and a closed package you know will deliver? Or a more modern bike on paper, with more aggressive gadgets and flashier in the dealership, though it still has more to prove over the years? I'll be reading your thoughts. This is Countersteer Theory, Throttle, and Judgment.